Yeah, very big welcome to you, my dear Aries, and of course, always a big welcome to those zodiac signs that felt like this full moon has an invitation, an inspiration for them as well. I always do the reading exactly on the day the moon is in your sign, so that means when I look at the moon, I see the constellation Aries behind it. And when I look at the sun, I see the constellation Libra behind it, which is giving the light to the full moon right now. It is approximately 99.8, maybe even 999% full at this moment. It is later on in a few hours than 100%, but 99.9. I find that already quite a very powerful message, 3 times the 9, that you are getting a push through Libra, because Libra is opposite of you. Libra is your shadow side. And Libra, cardinal sign like you, is ruled by Venus, and you are ruled by Mars, and also cardinal begin the spring. So here we have the fall equinox, and here we have the spring equinox, that equal day and night moment. One is where the year begins through you, right? Because you're the first zodiac sign, you are the head, and Libra is connected with the hips, that walking equally, right, and finding its balance, finding its harmony through the hips. Now, the yoga position that I created for Libra is the standing on the tiptoes, balancing here on the feet with the hands in Namaste in front of the heart. And it's really this understanding that we have to balance ourselves in front of the heart, and the Venus symbol and the Wheel of Fortune behind it, the clear thinking, the sword that's coming down to the third eye, supported through the sun, the pillar of waning and waxing moon, the yin and yang symbol. All that is happening in the sky, and we humans feel it if we are attentive to it, if we are connected to it. For you, my dear Aries, I did the meditation because your body part is the head, and the head is the brain, or that thinking can only be accessed through meditation, through prayer, through looking deep within, in the 4 directions, with the card number 4, with the square, with Mars behind it, with the equal day and night, which I also have created here, the equal white and the equal black line that is connecting you both, right, to this very strong natural message that's saying this is the day where day and night are equal. And so to be honest, to be just, to be right is very much at the heart for both of these signs. So you are looking deep within, and you find within the third eye, which is then of course the 6th chakra, and helping you to rule, because you have here the stone right here at the third eye. Your court card is the Queen of Wands. If this court card comes up, then it speaks directly to you. If your birthday is between March 12th and April 9th, this is your court card. So just that you know that she is very strong in her way of creating the future, because she is the watery aspect of fire, because all queens are water, and you have fire as the main energy that is ruling then the emotions. So we see also that she has her legs open. She's sexually very open, this woman, this man, And so this is your court card. The last reading, when the sun was in Virgo, the message was get through the test of the 2 times 5 with a 3 times 9 liberation portal. You had the 5 of inspiration, the 5 of cups, which is challenging. Always the 5s are challenging, but you had the 2 of cups in the center and 3 times a 9 in the last reading. So 3 times 9 is the power of knowing that there is a completion, that there is something that is speaking to you, that is quite a liberation as well, right? Because the 9 is the end, and then comes again a 10. So let's begin. I do now the full reading because it's a full moon, and I do the soul path, which is from right to left through all 22 major arcanas. In the other readings, I only use 12 cards. So now it's really going from right to left, meaning spinning left, like the earth spins in itself as a wobble that lasts 25,800 years, divided through the 12 zodiac signs, creates an age. We have been in the age of Pisces. Before that was the age of Aries, so you had to give way to Pisces, and that wasn't easy because you are the head and Pisces are the feet. Now the small cycle reading from left to right, which I usually do the other readings, is the 365-day cycle that marks a year, and then the year begins again with you, my dear Aries, right? It's not beginning in January like we always think so. It's beginning exactly at the spring equinox, right? Where the equal day and equal night begins the year. So let's begin. On the position of the Fool comes Temperance. Temperance is Sagittarius, a fire sign as well, with a horse. He is the Knight of Wands. And you can see how already the Fool is going into this direction, right? It's going from right to left. Now she's standing here looking at us directly, holding 2 cups in her hands, but there's no stream of water or consciousness exchanging itself between these 2 cups. These 2 cups are from the Lovers, which is Gemini, who have been standing in front of the tree of life and fire and seeds, and has now shifted into an angel. And here, this is the Visconti Sforza Tarot. This is Maria. This is Bianca Maria Forza. And we have no stream of consciousness that is shifting between these 2 cups. So you begin to understand something, hopefully deep within yourself, that the stream of consciousness, even though it's not apparent, is a state of inner consciousness, is a state that wants to speak to you. Because then on the position of the Magician comes the arrow that is pointing upwards. So it's almost saying, have a look up to the cup up that is not pouring out the water or the prana or the life force. But if you conscious enough, you might actually sense it. Like an arrow that is so fast going through the air, that is pointing upwards with the number 3. So this is card number 14, which is then a 5. And here we have almost the arrow pointing up to the Magician, saying, now see the 1 in the 14 as the Magician, as a state of consciousness, because even the Fool is a state of consciousness. It's not a person. It's something within us that says, I have this idea, I want to begin something, and I'm just gonna go for it. And then the Magician gives it a direction, and the direction is upwards. So it's almost saying that arm, the right arm that's pointing upwards, the active, the masculine part in you is saying, yes, I want to go up to the light. I want to go up to higher consciousness, because then on the position of the High Priestess comes the Knight of Cups, the Lord of Waves and Water. This is Pisces. And like I said, Pisces is the age of Pisces now. So the Knight of Cups is the one that is letting us know that he was in the sun for 2,150 years. Some say that the age of Aquarius, which comes after because it's a less spinning cycle, has already started, and some it hasn't. So I leave it up to you what you think about it. I don't want to take a decision in that regard. I don't want to be black. I don't want to be white. I want to be in the center. And so here the High Priestess is saying, go the path of love, like Pisces goes the path of love into the direction of the big cycle. As you can see here, he's looking exactly at this direction, so from right to left, and don't even think about anything else than the love that you can give yourself, and then of course give others. On the position of the Empress comes the Empress. L'Impératrice, these are French cards from Oswald Wirth, speaks about the fact that now a 3/3 portal is speaking to you directly through these two Empress, that you giving birth to the power of the Empress, you giving birth to a 3/3 portal framing the Pisces, the Knight of Cups. And so you know what you want, right? Deep down, you know what you want, because this is a feminine energy. You are a feminine energy because you're the Queen of Wands. So there is a feminine power that you using and that you want to execute. You have all 12 zodiac signs as a crown, or as a halo. Here she has a crown above her head, and the Venus symbol is appearing again, and here she has one foot on the half moon. And it's just this fertility, this giving birth to a richness, to also an eagle as a shield, the higher consciousness. The 3 is the next generation, the 3 is a holy number, the Trinity, right? That the Church is always letting us know, or the body, mind, and spirit. So he is walking towards her, and he's literally giving her the cup and is saying, you beautiful angel, you beautiful energy, you are inspiring me. And for some reason now things are flowing. Here I see no stream of consciousness. Doesn't mean anything, maybe I'm just reading too much into it, right? But now something is flowing through a Piscean energy, through that personality that is searching for love. And then on your position comes now into the direction of the big cycle. Like I said, the big cycle is here, right? The Fool. And here you get the Fool coming on your position. On the Emperor, you can begin something. You go from 3 to 4, right? And it's almost like saying maybe the Error. You have the Error that is 3. And then you have here the Piscean energy, the love. Is like an understanding that you come and want to then continue this direction, right, through the 3 of her as the 3-3 portal, with of course the Pisces in between. The 3-3, 2 times 3, having the creativity of being empowered, is giving you the help to take that step, to make that step into the direction of right to left, the big cycle, moving forward and taking the chance and taking the risk to literally say, I am going for it. On the position of now the Hierophant comes Strength card, comes Leo, the card number 8. And Leo is the taming of the wild side within us through a spiritual connection, through Taurus. So in your month, you will take a step, and that step will grace you then in the month of Taurus the power to know that you have understood the Lemurian symbol, the number 8, that is flowing and that is giving you the power to combine these energies. If I put it now into the small cycle this way, right, you can see that both of them are looking into the big cycle, and not one of them is actually wanting to go right now into the small cycle. So on a spiritual level, you are continuing your path this way until month of Taurus. Then in the month of Gemini, the Lovers, you get again the Fool. So you got a 0-0 portal, which doesn't really exist. 0 is 0. You can calculate 0 plus 0 is still 0, right? And she is physically in this direction, but if she falls backwards in the other direction. So it's a very interesting combination that is now happening. It's almost saying in April, you will get the power to say, well, now I'm going to go this way. I'm really first wanting to experience the strength of knowing that I have the power that I began in the next 6 months, when your new moon begins. But you beginning now, and it happens already that here, then in that month, you are realizing in month of Taurus that you're getting the strength, the power to really be strong, to really be empowered, to really be this infinite symbol. And so then we can see that she's saying, okay, let me drop down in this direction, because now we have on the position of Cancer comes the Queen of Pentacles, which is a Capricorn, and she is as well looking into the direction of the big cycle. She's actually not even looking at us, she's looking back at the landscape. She's like almost saying, okay, she's falling, but she's saying, yeah, I'm going still this way. But if I put a small cycle, the 365, she can see how she is falling, and it's almost like she's saying, okay, now I'm just gonna be successful here on planet Earth, and I'm gonna create whatever it is I want to create. I begin to create new things, new endeavors, and it's really interesting. It's like these two queens, she's looking at her and she's almost looking at her as well, right? So they would have a conversation with each other. Then on the position of the Leo, the Strength, comes the Sun. Then comes the Sun, and here Capricorn is looking at Leo, is looking at this strength, at this power of the star that is the center of our solar system. and the number 19 is a 10. And then you realize the power lies within you, and you can do whatever you want to do. You have the power of the sun with you. If I turn it this way, she's looking over to Capricorn. She's literally saying, yeah, this is one of the darkest months, but this is where we plant really a seed in the dark, fertile ground, and then it can grow into something in the month of August, right? Or like then the Leo positioning here, right? In the month where it really grows into something like expansive, something like really interesting. On the position of Virgo, then in the month of September, you getting justice. Then the justice is highlighted through justice that is now in the sun, right? Justice is here, giving the light to the full moon. And you can see that the Salvador Dali card, she's literally behind it. There's like a oxymoron. It's like water, but water wouldn't be up here, water would be here. So we don't know if it's supposed to be this way, right? We cannot really figure this out, how he intended to be seen, how he intended us to see this card. Nevertheless, Libra is speaking to you on the position of Virgo. A balance, justice coming, and you can see how Virgo is looking into the big cycle, right? Into the 25,800 year cycle of the ages. If I put Libra here, we can see she's looking at the sun, and she's kind of like in the center. She's the card number 8, so you have an 8-8 portal, because this is 8, and here some schools put Libra at the position of the 8, and Leo they put on the position of the 11th card, which is where usually Libra is. So you have an 8-8 portal, a little bit of an oxymoron happening here, because now you have Leo on the position of the 8 and Libra on the position of the 8. Now, which one is the right one? We don't know, right? So the sun is highlighting Libra, and the sun is highlighting the moon in your sign, your full moon. Then on the position of the Wheel of Fortune comes like a bird, the number 22, like a portal. The number 2, there's no other 2 here. The number 2, 2 times 2 is creativity and sexuality, creativity in liberation. She's growing herself wings. She wants to be free. In the German deck, this is called freedom. And we can see that she's looking at her and she's like saying to her, just liberate yourself, just become free. I'm telling you that this is important. I'm telling you that you want to be free, you want to flow, and you don't want to be always the justice. You don't always want to be right. You want to let go of that. If I put it into this direction, right, it would say, okay, let me go down in the physical path now, because it's time that I have all the things that I understand now, that I have brought them right to a deeper meaning, to a deeper understanding, because she is also looking over into the big cycle. She's looking into the big cycle, and she's now looking into the other direction. So it's almost like the Wheel of Fortune is saying, okay, now you go in this direction. On the position of Libra itself now comes the 6 of Cups. And the 6 of Cups is a beautiful number, which is then letting you know that the 6 is that moment of remembering your childhood, remembering things that are really important to you. That is the sun in Scorpio. And Scorpios in the next month, right? The sun is then, when we look at the sun, we see the Scorpio constellation behind it. So the Six of Cups, we can see how it's flowing, how it's moving. And there's an emotional connection now to give you the push forward. If I put it now here, it's almost saying, yes, liberate yourself from past ideas, past moments that have given you maybe some difficulties. So if you go now forward into the small cycle, into the physical cycle, these emotional energies, you are going to liberate yourself from it. You're going to free yourself from it. Then comes the lepidolite, This crystal on the position of the Hanged Man is speaking to you about the number 31, which is now a 4. And it's directly giving you the push. This lepidolite, this crystal, is giving you the push that is letting you know that you should get organized. You should do one after the other. You should actually have a simplification in your life, and you should make your things be looked over easily. And it's almost saying, what if you do one thing after the other with the highest consciousness, with the highest awareness that you can muster? So that's what the Hanged Man is saying, now let go and simplify your life. And this is what this new age is saying. We gotta really be careful with our resources, because when I put it in this, that back then we were able to just do whatever we wanted to do, let the water run and eat, and life was so simple. But now we're more and more people. We need to simplify, and we need to really come to an understanding that there is a shortage of resources, and that's what this card is letting you know. On the position of Scorpio comes the Ace of Pentacles, and here comes the eagle down to this circle, to this round stone, the Ace of Stones in the west. So it's letting you know that the Scorpio that is looking into the small cycle, meaning we all die, we all gonna transform, we all go every day like ourselves through cells, like a big transformation. And the West is when we understand that the eagle has to land, that the eagle has to come down, and that the eagle is almost pushing this stone right into the other direction, into the other cycle. And so when I move it over here, it's almost like this crystal, which is a form of rock, which is a form of stone, is giving this the push, the power now to understand the resources. Stones in general have a powerful life, our resources are elements that build houses, right? And so the eagle is coming down and letting you know that here the eagle in the Empress, that is as a shield in front of her, that she is that power, she is the eagle that is coming down. Now it's almost like this 3-3 portal, which can also be a 6, is coming down, because you had here the memory back then that you were a powerful being back then, and you have understood that now, and so you pushing that forward, either or even here, right? You giving power And you are literally saying to the stone, yes, we got to change. We got to look and help these people down there to make that shift. Then, very interesting, on the position of Temperance, which was on the position that came up on the position of the Fool, here comes now the guardian angel. And I just want you to see this, that here there's no stream, here there's a stream of consciousness, right? So I don't know what that means. What is happening there is something that you hopefully know. And on the position now of the Temperance, the Sagittarius, comes the Knight of Pentacles, the Totem of Stones, the Snake, and as you can see, it's a circular energy, and again, it's a circular energy, and this is Virgo. Virgo is literally coming to you like a guardian angel. On the position of Virgo came Libra, right? So there is a virgin energy speaking to you and bringing you deeper into the angelic realm of knowing that you have the power to be a spiritual being. And so this is almost like transforming itself into an action that makes something grow. It's almost like spirit comes down, has touched the stone, and now something is growing, and we can start to experience again the growth cycle anew. Because then on the position of Capricorn itself comes again the Six of Cups. So the 6 portal is coming. 2 times the 6 of Cups. And the 6 of Cups is always memories in the past. And as you can see, it's totally different arranged. Here's 3 and 3, right? 2 in a row. So it's like 2 people have body, mind, and spirit full and complete. Here we have the cups in the corner, giving into the center, and here in the center are 2 cups. And completely different. Full, right? With the liquid of the ocean. Now if I put it this way, and there's a small cycle, then we can see that we grow deeper through what we do, through how we do it, how we take care of the earth, and then a new memory can be formed, right? A new memory can be brought into consciousness in the month of Capricorn, or in the month of December. Then on the position of the Tower comes the Camel. And the Camel is looking into the big cycle, as we can see now with the half moon. And something is speaking to you and saying Mars, the Tower energy, Mars is connected with you, the Fool. Remember, you begin a new journey, you begin to step twice into the pool of consciousness, into that which you want to create, something completely new. And you have the Sun, right? The Sun, the 19, which is a 10, a 1, and a 0. So that's the next step. It's that next consciousness that is speaking. And the Camel is an animal that is very resourceful, that is very old. And the Camel is saying resourceful, independent, knows oneself. Calm, content, sparkle in the eye. So the sparkle in the eye is here because the Camel is looking into this direction. It's like saying, yeah, I know, spiritually we go this way. And of course, if I put it here, it sees the memories, it knows the memories, but because Spirit knows everything. Spirit is the all-seeing consciousness, is the all-seeing eye. On the position of Aquarius, in the month of Aquarius, The star, the hope, is coming, the Knight of Fire, or the Knight of Wands at the camel. And that is Sagittarius, and we have Sagittarius here. So now we have Sagittarius as a major arcana and Sagittarius as a court card, jumping through, allowing itself to experience this fire, this wanting to explore the world. And so in a way it's almost like here it feels much more liberated if it can go into the small cycle. It's literally saying, yeah, I don't want to be a spirit. I like to just go and experience this world, and I want to go in this direction. You old camel, you can go in the other direction, right? So, and this is what you are feeling. It's almost like you are feeling Sagittarius energy, because Sagittarius energy started this reading, right? This is the angel. This is the magical connection, the angel that is pouring back and forth between male and female, pouring back and forth between these two cups, the energy. And now it's like, okay, I gotta go, I gotta do things, I gotta explore this world. And where is it jumping into? If I put the moon immediately here, it's jumping into the whale song. But first I'm going to put it here. So in the position of the moon, which is in your sign, and we see the big whale here in the center of this circle. It's very clear that there is something that you want to step out. You want to step out of this. You don't want to be part of this anymore. You don't want to be in a whale song and resonating anymore. You want to get out. You want to live. You want to have fun, right? And so the moon is speaking to you. And here, of course, if I put it this way, it's like you're jumping at it, right? You're jumping from the age of the month of Aquarius, you jumping into the month of Pisces. Very clear, right? Now if I put it the other way, then it's almost saying, well, the age of Aquarius is now liberating itself from the age of Pisces. It's like, I gotta get out of there, this deep ocean. I don't want to be inside of a deep ocean anymore. I want to get out. I want to liberate myself. I don't want to be in the age of Pisces anymore. It's very interesting, right? But this is where the age of Aquarius is almost like it gives you now wings. It gives you the way of liberation, of seeing things in a different way. Okay, you see, this is where I then sometimes get like, oh my god, there's so many ways I could read this, right? So I'm just gonna let this go. So now we just have the moon. And now we have the sun, right? The sun goes in this direction. I'm not gonna put the sun here anymore, but maybe I do. Right? So sometimes it just happens. The number 37, on the position of the sun comes magnetic energy, comes an attraction to all these things out there in the universe. It's like this little child is coming down from the horse and sitting down, and it's seeing the wonders of how this universe is functioning, of how this universe is literally like filled with so many ideas and so many beautiful things that we can experience. And so here we go. When we go in this direction, it's almost like the age of Aquarius doesn't really want to go in this direction. It's like something that doesn't really maybe interest you, which is okay, right? And so here it is, the whale, the deep ocean of Pisces, right? The moon. The moon, then it's almost like it's like you saying, oh God, let's get out of the age of Pisces. I'm done with it. I'm done being deep, deep down here. I want to come out. I want to be again like a child. I want to be on a horse. I want to see the sun. I want to do things, right? It's kind of like that. So then comes the Judgment, and on the position of the Judgment you can see how these two run into the direction of the big cycle. So the 20 is coming and saying contest. Be yourself fully and you are without compare a true winner of the only contests that matters. The number 74, which is then an 11, which is coming back to this card. So the Sun, anyway, which is in Libra, is now bringing you this card, the contest. And the contest is that you are running, right? Running which is of course further down here the road, but also if it would be here, then it would be there again. I mean, you see how complicated this can get, so I have to be careful that I don't go overboard with all of this. So now you going this direction, it's almost like you reconnected, you're out of the water, you're in the sun again, and you can see, it's going this direction again, I'm waking up, I am going in this direction, and what's happening in this direction is, on the position of the world, comes the Six of Swords, or the Six of Voices. And the Six of Voices is saying yes. Then you can see literally how the spiritual world has pushed her in this direction. They're coming in this direction, and it's a matter of time for you to realize what is really truly happening. That this moment that you looking then again into the temperance that has not the stream of consciousness between the two cups, right? And of course also to see that here the world where the contest, sorry, it's the other way, because then when the world is coming here again, you can see that she's looking over to the Fool and saying, well, I have two ways. I have something that's helping me to get into that direction, but also into the other direction. I can be in both directions. Physically, I'm turning into the cycle of my body, my physical, the 365, but my head is turning towards the Fool. Who knows? Spiritually, I can begin to be an angel to myself. I can begin to see that here she's looking down. It's almost like she is this person, right? And when we then put this above, you can see how she's looking over to the Fool, and she's looking over and she's like saying, yeah, there is now a closure that is helping you to maybe realize why there is no stream, because you need to learn more. You need to learn more. You want to learn more, and this is what this full moon is bringing to you. Keep learning. Keep learning. Mercury in Aquarius, to transition, to go back and forth, right, between the big cycle and the small cycle. You have help. Don't worry. Everything is going to be okay. You're just here to learn and to hopefully meditate, right, on this kind of information. And so I wish you really a great meditation. And of course, I hope I see you in the next reading, because then when we look at the sun, behind it is the constellation Scorpio. You get the Ace of Stones, right? The eagle, the higher consciousness coming down and inspiring here the consciousness. And let's see, right, what that is wanting to let you know. Until then, I wish you a beautiful meditation in this full moon of yours. I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.